What worked for the last 20 plus years is starting to show its limits. The question is no longer managed services or GCCs. What got us here will not get us there. What worked for the last 20 plus years of offshoring, co-shoring, outsourcing, and managed services very well is starting to show its limits. It helped organizations scale quickly, optimize costs, and standardize operations. For a long time, that was exactly what businesses needed. But today, that model is starting to show its limits. Organizations are now facing a loss of institutionalized business intents. What we are seeing across global enterprises is that traditional managed services are struggling to keep pace with how businesses are evolving. Knowledge walks out of the door, or worse, moves to your competitor, and therefore creating strategic disadvantage to your enterprises. There are limited strategic control, high talent churn, and most importantly, innovation gaps where execution exists, but ownership does not. In a world where technology, speed, and differentiation define competitiveness, these gaps are no longer acceptable. This is why we are seeing a decisive shift towards global capability centers. There is an evident shift to the GCCs. The key forces driving this change are very clear. Intense global talent competition, the need for direct ownership of innovation and IP, not just cost savings, but better cost economies at scale. Also, more than anything, enterprises want control with agility. Today, GCCs are no longer about operational efficiency alone. They've evolved into strategic enterprises deeply embedded into the organization's global operating model. In many leading companies, the GCC is the enterprise, driving AI adoption and innovation pipelines, owning to digital transformation, accelerating go-to-market strategies, and shaping global business decisions. This combination of global scale with localized agility is what makes GCCs such a powerful model today. At ANSR, we believe the future belongs to the organizations that build strategic control without sacrificing speed and innovation without losing efficiency. Some of the real trigger statements and conversations from CXOs that I've come across are, I don't feel the sense of ownership, belongings, and accountability exactly like how my own employees react to a situation. I don't feel they understand our business. Outsourced and managed services vendors focus more on SLAs and KPIs and not on business outcomes. Not reimagining business processes through the new ways of working using AI, particularly with the fear of cannibalizing their own revenues. But our research shows a clear trend. Enterprises are bringing innovation, thought leaderships back in-house through their own GCCs. The question is no longer managed services or GCCs. The reality is managed services and GCCs working together through a best sourcing model. Managed services still make sense where organizations need speed, scale, and efficiencies. MSPs bring in mature delivery models, proven platforms, and the ability to scale quickly with cost predictability. But when the work becomes strategic, the model shifts. Enterprises are increasingly turning to global capability centers when they need ownership of IP, accountability for outcomes, deeper integration with product and business strategy, along with the ability to build long-term innovation with the advent of AI capabilities. What's also changing is how GCCs and MSPs work together. The boundaries are becoming more fluid, with teams operating as one large ecosystems, leveraging the MSP investments in advanced technologies, while GCCs retain strategic ownership. The future isn't about choosing one model over the other. It's about finding the right mix to scale efficiently, innovate continuously, and stay in control. That's the power of best sourcing.